My bad. You're good. I'm trying to remember what I was saying. It started off with the lies that the world government is painting on Robin. We all know who really did this is Akainu, is the one who really blew up the civilian ship. So they're blaming all these attacks on this 8-year-old little girl, even though we know that the world government did it. It's not like the world government is hiding behind, well, we are justice. They recognize that they're not evil. No, they do, because they're blaming what they did on others. And we see this time and time again. All the time where someone is what they do, they try to hide it. Even, for example, with the whole Vegapunk, they blame it on someone else. Mm-hmm. So it's not like they fully believe that we are justice. No, they recognize that their actions are evil, and that's why they're trying to blame it on someone, and they paint someone out like this demon or whatever, like they're doing with Robin. So now I was going into, too, we see in a case with putting lies about Gold Roger, but how it doesn't really match if you meet these people. Like the kingdoms or the villages and all the ones who've met Roger or even Luffy or others that actually help them, why are they still believing what the world government says in these masses? And also the comments where you could trust the world government, like you can't even protect yourselves, civilians, from this 8-year-old little girl. She blew up that ship while you guys were there, and all these people died while you guys were there, and you're saying that she's a demon and you guys can't catch her? What I'm getting at is that it's almost like a brainwashing or a control over them so much that no matter what they say, they believe the world government. Even if you're seeing evidence otherwise, over these years, no matter what they do, they just take it as like fact, to a point where like they follow it to a T. They're willing to hunt down this little girl, even though now you're making up stuff, but we're just getting now she has the eyes of a murderer. You get so influenced. That's why I thought of like the brainwashing, because if you see how the world government also treats people, the celestial dragons or like that, their lives don't matter to them. We could do whatever we want with you, yet we'll paint someone else as evil. You guys follow it, chase after them. That's what I'm saying. It's almost like a brainwashing. They said, I wonder how they did it over these 800 years. So we see how the mask world of One Piece just follows the world government to the T, to like no matter what they say, they paint someone as evil, he's evil. They paint someone as good, he's good. Hero, all that. They control everything what people think, how they feel, how they should react. We want you to do this. But if you notice in One Piece, there's always a revealing. We saw it in Dressrosa, we saw it in Alabasta. The lies that Crocodile did at that time about the king, everything came to light where the fact of who spread those lies and who was really behind the evil things was Crocodile. Where everyone in Alabasta knew that Cobra wasn't the evil one, that it was Crocodile. Dressrosa, the same thing. Doflamingo painted himself as this hero, the savior, all that stuff. It all came to light, where everyone knows that the one who did all those things was really Doflamingo. Your ally, the one who's good for you or helped you, was King Riku. I wonder if Oda is going to somehow reveal now all the lies, and not just now, I'm talking about from all the years that the government has built up. Just like how we've seen in Alabasta and Dressrosa, all this that's built up over the years comes reveal, or no, every lie that we heard about someone else that was painted as evil was actually the world government behind it this entire time. Oda usually does that with the smaller arcs, or the big arcs that you just mentioned. I wonder if he's going to do the same thing with the world government over the 800 years of what they did, even starting with the Void Century, Age of Kingdom, that we are the heroes, this evil thing that they even blocked off where you can't even find out about it, and how they can just control the masses to believe anything they're saying, even if you have evidence where it may not be true, but they just accept it wholeheartedly as a fact, even down to hunt down this 8-year-old little girl who's not even really attacking you because she's just running away.
Seb? No, it was very well said. To Lawrence's point, the world has just been in this dystopia for 800 plus years. And those are the biggest moments that we look forward to as readers, like when this stuff gets revealed. Doflamingo having to pivot because he realized the toys were awake now. Now everybody knows the truth. I think what I'm looking forward to the most is the world government's reaction to them finding out the truth. Because that's when the most evil stuff is going to happen. All this is extremely evil. All the stuff the world government has done to this point is extremely evil. But it's behind this guise of like, oh, we're the just regime. Once that like protective shield is gone, then Emu's out in the open and acting like he normally would act in front of everybody. That's what I'm looking forward to the most in regards to what you were just saying. Robin's backstory is considered one of the saddest in the story. Top 3 anytime you ask anybody. For us to still be getting more to make it even sadder is like a testament, in my opinion, to how well Oda can write. I remember I first read this backstory or watched it when I was watching Annie's Lobby, and I got emotional. She really had to go through all that as a little kid. Like, this is messed up. And now I'm like 10 years later reading about it again, and I still got emotional. Like more emotional than I did the first time. I know part of that is because now I'm tied to the series forever in my life. It made me feel even more about Robin really went through all this. She was going to jump off that cliff, bro. Like, she was going to do that. Genuinely contemplated doing that. It's beautiful because we got the, okay, Saul told you one day you'll meet friends that'll make you feel this, etc. We're seeing her struggling with the decision to believe him. I've pushed back so heavily on Saul still being alive as a plot development. I still don't like it. To know that Robin was going through this and like there is that light now, I choked up, bro. I felt the way reading that, and that doesn't happen all the time. I really felt something, bro. That really was dark. I've never been that low, personally, but I know people who have, and like, she's so young and she's dealing with so much by herself for so long. This didn't even get into her meeting Crocodile. She probably had to do so much to even get to that point. It was tough to read, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting all that in this chapter, but I like that he did it. I really like that he added to it. And to Lawrence's point, them lying outright to the newspaper, it didn't surprise me at all. To see it, it's like, yo, bro, come on, man. Oh, this little girl did all this and did that, and now she's being labeled as such, and they're calling her a demon, and she has these eyes, and they're trying to take her and kidnap her and stuff. I was like, yo, Luffy, come punch this dude in the face. Like, that's how I felt, bro. I don't know if y'all got emotional in reading it, but I felt the way. I'll pass it to you, Larry.
I guess first and foremost, this is sad. Like, extremely sad. I did want to point out something interesting. It's about Robin and Ace. This flashback of Robin, like, as a child has many comparisons to Ace's childhood. Robin's told she deserves to pass away in some ditch. When Ace is talked about by Deran, she says if Ace ever wanders off, she hopes he passes away in a ditch. And then she'll just tell Garp that it happened on accident. That way she doesn't get accused of, like, doing it herself. A group of people say Robin is a menace to the world, while people tell Ace he's the worst catastrophe that could happen to the world. After Robin loses Saul to the world government, she goes to a cliff to cry, to contemplate ending it all. When Ace lost Sabo, he went to a cliff and cried because he felt like he did lose it all, but Luffy was there. And then the final comparison I think I will bring up is how Robin saw herself. She didn't want to live. She felt like there was no reason for life, and she started to bring it to herself, where everything that comes around her ends up leaving her anyway, or ends up being destroyed somehow. That's why Luffy at Enies Lobby was finally like, oh, that's the reason why you didn't want us to, like, help you out. And it's funny with Ace asks Garp one day if it was all right for him to live. Mm-hmm. And then when he passes away in Luffy's arms, he tells him, thank you for loving me. Oda does a wonderful job of showing us through his storytelling that children in a world full of adults are victims before they're even born. But when they are born, they take on the sins of their fathers and mothers, showing just how cruel the world could be to people even when they are innocent. No child should ever contemplate ending everything at all. Most children shouldn't be even making decisions until they're like 18, because those decisions are reflectively permanent, and also their maturity mentally is not there. They're not fully developed. For an 8-year-old to contemplate such things is really, really sad, and it shows the difficulties of being a person that's living in this regime that's currently the world government. This was extremely dark for Oda.
He been getting dark recently, bro.
Damn, he did a good job. He did a good job at making us feel something this week. Off rip. Something else that was kind of interesting that you might find lore-wise, Spandam is finally revealed to be the person who said that not only did Robin take out that ship of innocent civilians, which we all know was a Kainu, it was also stated in chapter 398 that she took out 6 Navy warships itself. So Spandam's like, yo, she took out this ship, but like she took out others. Well, then it was actually the 6 Navy warships. So for the people of the world who tends to believe an 8-year-old girl could take out 6 Navy warships by herself, but the rest of the island was just taken out, sounds absolutely insane. This would be the most sought out individual in the world of One Piece of all time. Like, it's unprecedented. Even Dragon hasn't made that impact to the world to say, yo, him as an 8-year-old took out. Yo, if Dragon was said to have done that, people would have been being like, yo, the strongest dude of all time.
Yo, low-key, Big Mom was doing that.
But Big Mom was doing that.
At 8, bro. At 8.
The people who have these outrageous stories at such a young age, Big Mom, Whitebeard, Kaido, these people who are just monsters, like actual monsters in the One Piece verse, you can now implement Robin into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is crazy sad, man. Oda's gifted. He's a genius. He knows that human psyche well. And just to have the imagination to produce something like this and then fill it out with like drawings and word bubbles and give people this freedom to feel his expression about the world. That's an artist, bro. That dude is great, bro. And this is why we be sitting here and being like, yo, we got a whole podcast about this show. But this is like 3 pages, 4 pages. Yeah, you can't deny the greatness of Oda. I know people appreciate Oda. They need to appreciate him way more, bro. Like, his flowers need to be a garden, dog. It shouldn't be a bouquet. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Hey Nakama, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. If you wish to become an official member of our channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so when we go live on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, you'll be able to catch us. And listen, don't be late to the party, because we're always one fan question away from crashing out on each other. Much love, Nakama. Jana.